Welcome in to Viking News on Demand. We are sitting here with Coach Ronald Abernathy. And Coach, I think you've only lost one game since we talked last as your team continues to perform. Now, first off, we know we had a lot of inclement weather and that made it difficult probably for both practicing and playing games. We didn't get any games off for a good portion of about 5 or 6 days.
Right, we did. We actually did not get in it. We actually missed 2 days of practice.
Okay.
We did not get a chance to get in, but after that Tuesday, we practiced every day. We actually had, in that time span, I believe we have 2 games to make up.
Okay. Yeah, and one of those games you've already made up as you played Middleton on Saturday of last week. So we'll start walking through those games that we've made up, and then we'll talk through the regular schedule here as well before we go to before we end the show today. But let's talk about what has taken place. You had a very eventful week last week as you went 3-1. Losing to a Calvary County team at the Eagles Classic in Mayfield, Kentucky, and we're going to start with that game. That game, really, I felt like you had kind of victory in your grasp, and it just kind of slipped away from you.
Yeah, we did. And actually, we learned something from that game.
Yes, sir.
We actually played very well, and we actually went up by 7 late in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And we kind of gave it away by doing some things that were ill-advised.
Yeah.
As a coaching staff, learned that the next time that happens, we're gonna operate from a different perspective.
You know, when I look at the beginning of that game, Coach, I see us kind of get off to a faster start points-wise. There's been quite a few first quarters we haven't scored 20 points.
Right.
But when you got a team on the other side that knocks down 7 3-pointers to start the game, and they score 29, it kind of erases that fast start.
It does. But they shot very well. They had very great shooters from the inside, and as you can see from the stats that inside they never touched us.
Yeah.
Because I believe Fred Moore had 25 points.
That's right.
Like 15 rebounds.
Yeah.
And I believe Stefan had 27 points and like 15 rebounds. And
yeah.
Inside they never stopped us, and we had our way pretty much with them inside.
That's right. They had 3 guys that could shoot that deep ball, and that was kind of what they depended on, and they cooled off a little bit. And we just kept playing our style of game. And, like I said, it felt like we had the game, although free throw shooting didn't look like in the fourth quarter it was as good as it had been the first 3 quarters.
No, and again, some things that we can control. For example, taking long outside shots when we up 7 is not what we want to do.
Yeah.
And of course, as basketball players, you got to step up and make the free throws because it's a free shot.
Yeah.
Nobody's on you. And the only thing you do is take your time, breathe correctly, and make the free throw.
That's correct. And you came out of that game and you had 3 district games back to back. And 2 of them were scheduled for that week. One of them kind of was a makeup game from January 19th, as we said, due to inclement weather. And we'll start with the game at Halls. Obviously, you traveled to Halls. Not a terrible trip down to Halls. You got off to another great start. I'm looking here. Even though you were trailing in the first quarter, it wasn't trailing by as much. And it didn't seem like that affected your team. You've kind of been able to preach and get that into their system, I guess you could say, that they don't let that first quarter really bother them too much. And I saw where Cavante Wegley really stepped up in the second quarter of that game, knocked down 3 or 2, kind of got Kendrick loosened up as well. And so that was kind of an element of the game we haven't seen a lot of from this team all season.
Well, Cavante has done a good job. He's come a long way. Cavante works hard.
Yeah.
The other day we were talking, we got to get somebody who can make that jump shot. We got to get somebody who can shoot the ball well from the outside. And right now he does it very well, but he works on it consistently. And you can tell it pays off because he's one of the few that is able to consistently hit it. A couple of our players have taking those shots, and again, if you're a basketball player, you got to make those open shots.
Yes.
And we got a couple of players who have not done that, but hopefully we continue to work on that because, again, with the inside game that we have, if they can just hit a jump shot or 2 outside, that loosens things up inside even more, which would make it easier for us to score offensively.
You took a 40-31 lead going into halftime of that game, which kind of erased that deficit from the first quarter. Halls, it looked like maybe tried to surge a little bit in the third quarter, but we were able to hold them off. But that fourth quarter is where your team really shines. And what we talked about, how that we didn't make those free throws down the stretch against Callaway. From the stats that I find, Shivers went 6 from 6 from the free throw line in the final 8 minutes.
Right, he did. He knocked them all down 6 straight in a row.
Is it just a fact, when you start comparing the two games, obviously I know you say that it's the open shot, it's the free shot. You got to make those. Is it just a fact of some nights the kids are on and some nights they're off?
I don't know, because really there's something that we harp on consistently. That even in practice, you got to make them in practice so that you can make them in the game.
Yeah.
If you don't make them in practice, boy, the chances of you making them in the game is slim.
Yeah.
Now, it's done. But if you consistently make them in practice, then you can consistently make them in the game. We've got a couple of our players who just haven't done that at this point. But again, Cavante Whitley is one who has continued to work on it, and we see a lot of improvement from him. But we're going to take a little different approach when we get up 7 or 8 points in the future.
Is it just a cliche, or maybe I'll just have you explain really what this means, that games are won and lost at the free throw line?
They are, because it's a free shot.
Yeah.
It's a free shot that you get, nobody's on you. And if you call yourself a basketball player, you got to step up and you got to make those.
Yeah.
Because you have time, you have ample opportunity, and as a basketball player, you got to make those.
And I guess it comes down to the strategy too, that in a tight game, any coach is telling them foul, send them to the free throw line.
Right.
If you make those, it does them no good,
Exactly.
So, you was able to pull off that win as you get your first win for the week against Halls. I'm showing the victory 74-69. Kendrick Taylor actually led the team in scoring with 16 points that game.
Right.
Shivers had 14 more, contributing 12 there. Then you took off down to Clarksburg against the Rockets. And that's probably, to be honest, that's probably your best game of the week as far as all around from what I could see. It seemed like everybody was clicking. The ball was spread around a little more. How did you view that game when you played against Clarksburg?
It was. Of course, anytime you go on the road, it's a little more, it's different.
Yes, sir.
And we try to get our players to try to alleviate that difference by staying focused and mentally ready. And I think the fact that we played a lot of people is also a testament to them and the character in our system and our program. And I believe most people who played scored.
Yes.
And did it within the realms of our offense and the realms of our system.
It was, again, another lead going into halftime. I think you were up by 13 points or so. What does a Coach Abernathy do when you're leading by 13? Obviously, you don't, you're right in that line of maybe harping too much, but at the same time, maybe then getting lackadaisical and giving the game back away.
Right.
What do you do at halftime in those situations?
Basically, for us, as we say, it's 0-0.
Okay.
And we harp on the fact that the first 5 minutes of the third quarter is really important to us.
Okay.
Where we actually try to take over the game.
Yeah.
Which keeps their mindset. And we've done a pretty good job of doing that.
Yes, sir.
Pretty good job of being mindful and minds on the right thing when we come out and start that third quarter.
Seemed like the third quarter at Clarksburg, though, didn't quite turn out like we would probably have wanted it to. 16-6. Defensively, pretty solid, pretty strong. Was it just hard to get back into the rhythm of offense, or just shots not dropping against Clarksburg?
Shots not dropping. Shots not dropping. Then we started to substituting early.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. Because you ended up winning that game 79-51. I'm looking here at the final stats. Patterson led the team in scoring with 20 points. He went off in that first quarter.
Right.
Man, I think it's like 12 of those 20 points was in the first quarter.
Yeah, they were.
So, which is uncommon for him. He's usually the assist king. He's out there dishing the ball around.
Yeah, he's usually the one gets a little slower start also.
Yeah. Is that by design from you guys, or is it just kind of his style of play?
No, that's where he has his style.
Okay.
We will not claim that at all.
Yeah.
We will not claim that. We try to focus on getting him more in tune and as the point guard controlling the beginning of the game and not make mistakes or do things that cost us and get us down score-wise.
What was your thought when, I don't know if it was, I guess Coach Ab's the one that kind of helps illustrate when a game gets canceled and has to be rescheduled. What was your thought when the opportunity came up to play a fourth game that week? Do you get to thinking about, well, are the kids going to be tired? Because this is a district game.
Right.
You're playing Middleton. I mean, you got another one where you got to go to their house. You sure don't want to lose this one at home.
Right.
And what was your first thought when you heard you was going to have to play on a Saturday?
I don't have no problem. I like to play.
Yeah.
You know, I prefer playing more than practice because your kids learn.
Yeah.
From the situation and circumstances. And also I like to play, so I'm always ready to play. The kids are always ready to play. So we just take the approach, all right, just throw it up and let's go.
So Saturday afternoon, what a game it was. Kind of a playoff-like atmosphere on a Saturday. Nobody had any excuses not to be there. And rockin' gym. I mean, it's just kind of the norm for Thomas Reed Boykin Gymnasium for sure. Probably your best start of the week. 23-9.
No question. I have to give my hats off to the kids because they were mentally ready to play.
I was going to say they were focused.
We usually, on those days when they're not in school, it's like tough for us. That's those nights that we lag and get behind, but we focused all week on staying ready early. And then, of course, when we actually played Friday night, we said to the kids, go home and rest.
Yes.
Get up in the morning, get yourself moving, think about the game, and they came in focused.
Yeah.
Because both us and Middleton both were undefeated in the district. And actually, Middleton is the third ranked team in the state.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, they got us at number 8, I believe.
Yeah, that should change. I mean, it should change. I don't know. I've seen these rankings not fluctuate as much as I would think they would, but maybe I'm drinking the Viking Kool-Aid, I guess. But
but we felt like, we had to be ready.
Yes, sir.
Mentally, and of course, we were.
Yeah.
Like I said, when you talk about 23-9, it's kind of.
And I know you said just a minute ago, you're the first 3 to 5 minutes of that third quarter, you're wanting to take the game over. I look back at those stats and I'm like, you won that game in the first quarter because you started out 23-9. The rest of the quarters were pretty evenly matched. When you look at both teams scored 17 points in the second, 16 points in the third, but then, you were able to kind of go ahead and hold on and get that 17-point win, 68-51. A pretty commanding district win, really, to be honest, and against a good team, like you said, ranked.
Yes, number 2 ranked team in the state. What else can you say?
That's unreal. Unreal. So now we've got, obviously this concluded, and you're hosting Bradford coming up tomorrow night. You actually kind of handled Bradford pretty good on the road. You've played them once this year. We got that win. Obviously, we're undefeated in the district, so 5-0 sounds great. 6-0 sounds better. 6-0 sounds better if you can, pull that off. They're coming to your house this time. This was supposed to be your final home game, so that's the explanation, folks, is why this is senior night. It's going to be actually 8th grade night for junior high as well because their 8th grade night got canceled and it wasn't a district game, so it just didn't get rescheduled. And those young men are focusing to play a game actually tonight. And they're going to play a good team. Memphis Business Academy, a kid 6'5".
Yes.
Good grief. What are they feeding these kids now?
I don't know, but
that's a big junior high kid. He's got to be an 8th grader.
Junior high, oh yeah.
Yeah. So this will be interesting. How they ended up a unique situation. They ended up getting a forfeiture over the weekend.
Right.
And so now they didn't play Saturday, so they've had the extra time. Hopefully that goes in their favor because when they played against Halls, it just fell flat. Like it was really a rough thing to watch. It's not the junior Viking team we've been so accustomed to seeing all year. So hopefully, let's give them a little bit of rest and get out there and get that win. But you're hosting Bradford, so you're gonna have 8th grade night, senior night. You only got 2 seniors on the team for your team here, Fred Moore, Carnell Allen. How do you handle those activities? I think we've talked about this before. I know you hate it.
I do not like kids get off focus and get out of tune, and everybody else is celebrating with them. So we try as much as possible to keep them focused and keep them tuned in.
So do you do anything different routine-wise that day to try to extra?
No, not really. Just trying to keep them focused. Trying to keep them focused and try to keep them tuned in. And say to them, and make sure you stay focused.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we've already kind of looked a little ahead. We're going to look a little more ahead again to another game that you actually get an extra home game that you didn't expect coming up this next week. Reason is we took one from during inclement weather. Again, that stole 2 home games away from us that week, so we're getting them back. So we'll talk about that here in just a moment. You're watching Viking News on Demand, Inside Humboldt Basketball with Coach Ronald Abernathy.
Are you looking for a job in manufacturing or maintenance? Look no further than West Rock, located at 1720 North 9th Avenue in Humboldt, Tennessee. West Rock is not only proud to support the Humboldt Vikings, but they are also actively hiring. What's even better is there is no mandatory weekend overtime. The manufacturing position starting at a competitive $19.25 an hour, and the possibility for an increase to $19.83 an hour after just 60 days. West Rock offers a great opportunity for those interested in the field. If you have an experience as a maintenance technician, the pay ranges from $21.39 to $32.88, depending on your level of expertise. Don't wait any longer to get started on your application by visiting jobs.westrock.com. Join the West Rock team as we cheer on your team, the Humboldt Vikings.
This burger looked at one slice of melted cheese and said, more cheese. It looked at pickles and said, also onions. It wanted to be more than hot. It wanted to be juicy. This is the Quarter Pounder with cheese.
Nothing brings community together quite like a sporting event. Security Bank and Trust Company is committed to supporting our local sports teams because we know how important it is to be part of a great team. This is Deanne McEwen at Security Bank and Trust Company. When you team up with us, you are fostering the competitive spirit of our local athletes. Want to be part of our team? Join our amazing banking community. Visit your nearest branch or head to securitybanktn.com to learn more. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Hey Vikings fans, this is Ted Martin, former Humboldt Vikings quarterback and class of '93 graduate. When me and my fellow classmates want to follow Viking sports, we watch Viking News on Demand. In addition to live streaming of games, there are also plenty of specialty shows that keep us all involved in our alma mater. On behalf of the class of 1993, go Vikings!
Jake from State Farm. It's tough trying to make it as a streamer.
Hey, you've got this. Remember, State Farm is there to support you. Besides, I think I know a guy.
You want to make it big, kid? Timmy Tenders knows how.
Let's do this, Gramps.
I'm only 33. Give me a Y, give me a space bar, give me a space bar, give me a mouse touch, give me a mouse touch.
Ah.
Now talk to Chad.
Who's Chad? Chad. Where's Chad?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Who is the table for? It's not just where some serve while others sit. The table is where we make decisions, where we shape the future, where we engage each other on equal ground. If we're going to feed the world, it will take all of us. Every voice, every point of view, everyone at the table.
Simmons Bank presents Banking Made Easy. With our powerful mobile banking app and online banking, at the touch of a finger, you can make deposits or pay bills, view account balances and transaction history, keep a close eye on your money with helpful alerts, even customize features just the way you want them. And with our contactless Visa credit and debit cards, you can just look, tap, and go. Convenient banking from Simmons Bank. Easy, fast, and secure. Learn more at simmonsbank.com/easy.
Are you in search of a nurturing and educational environment for your little ones? Look no further than We Pray Learning Academy, located at 910 North Central Avenue in Humboldt, Tennessee. We offer our services to children aged 8 weeks to 12 years old. With our dedicated owners, Hannah and Doris Collins, you can rest assured knowing that your family is in good hands. To learn more about our academy and how we can best serve your child, reach out to us via email at weprayacad@yahoo.com or give us a call at 731-784-7294. We can't wait to meet you and your little Vikings.
Welcome back into Inside Humboldt Basketball with Coach Ronald Abernathy here on Viking News on Demand. And Coach, you're facing Bradford for the second time tomorrow night. What did you see out of them the first time around that just got you kind of raising your eyebrows saying we got to watch for that?
Well, the fact that they're a good team.
Okay.
A good team as always, and it's another district game.
Yes.
And you've come to learn that anything can happen during the district games. So we just got to be prepared to play our game.
Yeah.
You know? And not focus so much on them, but what we need to do and how we need to do it, you know, will make us better.
Early on, it seemed like maybe officiating was even struggling for a little bit because they were kind of getting into the groove of the season. But it seems like as the season has went on, things have kind of leveled out there for the most part. The games that I've been at. Is that what you're seeing as well?
Yeah. And I'm probably not getting on them anymore. I've just decided that, you know, I'm not gonna bother them. I'm just gonna worry about my team.
Yes, sir.
And worry about how we play and not to get into the officiating and allow our team to get into the officiating and let's just move on.
Yeah, well, it doesn't usually do anything. It's just frustrating. Yeah. So you play Bradford tomorrow night here at Thomas Ray Boykin Gymnasium. We do mention you have to bring clear bags. You can't get in with a bag like that. Also, purchase your ticket on GoFan. If you show up to the gate needing to purchase a ticket, they're going to show you a QR code and say scan your phone, pay for it, and then you can come in. There's no cash at the door. We want to always mention that. I don't want somebody to show up thinking they're going to get here with a $20 bill. So just understand what we're doing here, folks. And it's the safest place you can be on any night as a game night. And it's a great atmosphere. And any night at Thomas Ray Boykin Gymnasium, there's basketball. It's going to be fun. So make sure you come show out. These kids are going to play hard. And the girls program's going well as well. So you'll get two great games. I mean, great games. Probably last Saturday's atmosphere was the best we've had all year from what I'm hearing. I had to miss it. I was driving back from Nashville after flying in. I promised my wife I would take her somewhere for her birthday, and we took a cruise. And we had just landed in Nashville from the Bahamas and getting used to that West Tennessee cold weather again. And I didn't know about the Saturday night game, or I could have made it. And I got a call about an hour before the game. Are you live streaming? And I said, I didn't know there was a game tonight, but I had been out of touch with everybody. So we are back streaming tomorrow night. That's why I say all that. We are back streaming tomorrow night, and I am working on Friday night. I'm trying to get somebody to go to Middleton for me because I'm perfect. Personally, I've already...
Friday nights at West Carroll.
West Carroll, that's right. So we'll try to make sure and get somebody to go there. Let's talk about that West Carroll game. We've not faced them yet this year. There's been a little bit of inner turmoil among the team. Obviously, we don't focus on that. You're focusing on your team and the play on the court. What are you telling your kids? You don't want, obviously, there to be silly penalties and that kind of thing going in there.
Right now, definitely. Again, we want to show our character. We want to show the class of our program and just play good basketball.
Yeah.
And focusing on that.
Yeah. Your kids are doing a great job. And I would even say, I'm going to ask the question because here we are. We're entering into that final couple of weeks of the year, regular season. Everybody's sights are on the district right now. And then after you get through that, then you got to go to your regionals, and then you start looking at Murfreesboro. Obviously, that's the end goal. Get to Murfreesboro, win that gold ball. That's what everybody's wanting. But where do you see the biggest growth in this team? When you tipped off week one, and it's kind of up and down there for a little bit. But it seems like now we're climaxing at the right time. Maybe we're not climaxing. Maybe we're just climbing. Maybe that's the best way to put it. But where do you see our biggest growth?
Maturity.
Okay.
Maturity, following the game plan better and more. Contrary to what people see, I think we do a lot of preparation.
Sure.
Video.
Yeah.
On the court and getting our kids prepared. And I would say that probably we prepare as good as anybody around.
Yeah.
Tennessee basketball-wise. And our kids know, when they hit the court, they know what they're doing. They know the game plan. They know what our focus is. And we work hard on that. So maturity for us, we've seen over time, following the game plan over time, particularly the last 3 or 4 games, have really followed the game plan.
Yeah.
Been prepared, and of course the results have been good.
Yes, sir. So we have Bradford at home on Tuesday. We travel to West Carroll on Friday, focusing on our game there. Then you come back home Tuesday. Let's see, the 6th. We're on the game. We're on the road, ain't we?
Yeah, Tuesday we're on the road at Middleton.
At Middleton, getting that second game in, and then you come back home for the rescheduled game with West Carroll that got canceled during the weather. So you're playing West Carroll 2 Friday nights in a row.
Right.
One there, one here. And then we start talking about district tournament. Now, originally, I think the district tournament was supposed to be played in one location. There's some talk there of a change. We will know where the district tournament will be played. What date? You said you had your district meeting? February the 9th. So there'll be a district meeting there, and all the coaches will be informed of where that tournament's going to be played and who's playing when, what's your opponents. You get your opponent on that day too. Okay. So we'll just kind of be watching all of that, and we may actually work on, I got to look at what that date will be. That is actually, we might do a special edition of the Coaches Show that week, because you're finding out, let's see, you're finding out on a Thursday. We might wait till that following 12th and just really talk the district on that day, because I really don't expect you to have to play that first day of the tournament. And so if we're not playing that day, we'll go ahead and do a Coaches Show that day and figure out, kind of do maybe a look at the region and on what the games look like, and do maybe some projections there for us. As a coaching staff, I know you're looking forward to the success of the junior high team, but you would also get Coach Vonner's back pretty soon as well. Even if they go ahead and win out, what's the latest he comes to you? Do you know?
Well, he's actually our strength conditioning coach. So
sure.
We got him 2 times a week.
Okay.
And then he's in practice with it. So actually, now that the junior high is in a win-lose situation, so tonight,
that's right.
They have to win tonight. If not tonight, they will be there.
Okay, so Memphis Business Academy, so they're playing tonight. We mentioned earlier they got that 6'5" kid that he's a big boy, and they're going to have to really, really play well and to beat them. Not saying they can't. They've played some great basketball this year. I think of some of these 8th graders that are coming up. They're going to get to celebrate tomorrow night here in the big gym. You talk about we think about the big lights, and those kids, when they get to play at home here too, they kind of get that when they first come to high school. And then when we went to Murfreesboro last year, you kind of saw that look on some of our kids' faces.
Definitely, we saw that look, and I said to my coaches, of course we've been there for us to stop 3rd time.
Yeah.
As coaching staff, but we can see, even in pregame preparation, the look and the stir and the jitters and the nervousness, it's different. It's a different ball game.
So now, if you get to go back,
I'm just so glad we got a chance to go.
Yeah, if you get to go back, and a lot of these kids, they're not done this year. I mean, you got Fred Moore, Carnell Allen, but a lot of those kids. How many players are on this team? You may not be able to show like exact numbers, but just estimating, were able to make that trip to Murfreesboro the last time.
So everybody on this team did.
Everybody did. Okay.
Yeah, everybody on this team did.
And see, man, that's a strong foundation.
It is a very strong
foundation. Because next year, I mean, I know you're not ready to look to next year just yet, but I mean, man, the future is definitely bright.
Yep. Because the majority of our team are juniors.
Yes.
So this is they went inside. We took a lot of pain, and we threw a lot when they were freshmen.
Yeah.
Like I said, it definitely helps them to already be in. I'm not mistaken. Everyone on this team with them, maybe one Jaden Coolman.
Okay.
May not have gone.
Okay.
But other than that, everyone else went.
Yeah, Jaden went.
And actually, our first 9 or 10 players played.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
First 9 or 10 played.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yep, this year actually did.
Wow. Now, you mentioned freshmen. Your freshman league, when does that end? Has it ended yet?
The freshman league has ended.
It has ended? Okay.
It has ended. Our freshman league is made up of freshmen, junior, varsity, and so.
Yeah.
But the actual freshman term is freshman only.
Yeah.
So we didn't have enough freshmen to freshman only. So
okay.
Ours will complete the freshman league.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. Well, Coach, good luck this week. Hopefully we can end the week 7-0. Because we got 2 district games this week.
Now, excuse me. We are 6. Yeah, we're 6-0.
We are 6-0.
We are 6-0.
Okay. So we would end the week at 8-0.
8-0.
Okay. So I was mistaken. I had gotten a text from Ted Martin, I think it was, and it may have been before you all played on Saturday. That may have been what it was, because he was telling me, he's like, man, 5-0 sure has a good ring to it.
Yeah, 6-0 because we've beaten Bradford twice.
Yeah. Halls
twice.
Yes, sir.
No, excuse me, we've beaten Halls twice, and we just came from, let me see, we beat 2 teams twice.
Okay, so we know Halls you beat twice, because you got Middleton coming up tomorrow night.
Right.
Or Bradford. Bradford you beat once.
Bradford we beat once. once.
Yeah.
Halls we beat twice.
Okay.
Now you got me feel like an old man.
Oh, watch out.
We've
Clarksburg you beat
twice.
Yes, there it is.
Yes.
So there you're at
Clarksburg.
5, and then we beat Middleton once.
Middleton once.
So there's the 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got there. It's, I shouldn't have thrown that one on you. That's a lot to remember. But hey, you finished the week at 8-0. I mean, that's.
We'll take it.
Yes, sir.
We'll take
Yes,
it.
sir. Job's not done, but it looks good.
We'll take it.
All right. Thank you again for taking time for us. We'll be back. We're going to be back next Monday. We'll be back with the show again, and hopefully we'll be talking about going 2-0 in the week and looking at the final week of the regular year, and then looking at district play. You're watching Inside Humboldt Basketball with Coach Ronald Abernathy. Good luck to the Vikings, and thanks for watching.